in case you haven't heard Klaus Schwab, he's given us, thrown us another carrot. And the same guy who runs Davos, the same guy who said in front of the world that he wants to use COVID as an opportunity for the Great Reset, and people are still in denial that there is such a talk among the billionaires and the influential people. He's just come out and said that we should get prepared for another pandemic. And you know what he calls it? This time, not a COVID pandemic. He says, oh, that's going to look very small. He says the next pandemic is exactly what we, the prophets, have been saying for at least, I think, 3 decades, if you go all the way back to Ken Peters in the 1980s. And I'm sure there's, some before that, but because the prophecy is very technologically based, I think pretty much, 30 years ago was the beginning of even, knowledge about the internet and our dependency on the grid. And the prophecy is that before the Antichrist comes, there's going to be a total blackout. Total blackout. That means you don't get your ATM, you don't get Facebook and Twitter, you don't get TV, and people are going to be so desperate that they're going to be willing to give up far more of their freedom than they've already given up during COVID. And they give up their freedom in exchange for peace and safety and help. And the guy that they're going to turn to and the guy that's going to offer these things to them is the Antichrist. So a blackout, a total media blackout. And how interesting that as we're talking about this, Facebook was down for the first time. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp all at the same time. So one of, my followers said, Pastor Steve, I was thinking, has it started? But for people who don't know prophecy, you don't even know what has started. Listen to Klaus Schwab. This is not some, conspiracy, right-wing Christian person. This is a globalist, a billionaire who runs Davos, all right, the World Economic Forum. Listen to how he says COVID will pale in comparison to what he calls a complete cyber, what did he say, attack? A complete cyber pandemic. Listen to Klaus Schwab, the globalist.
All know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic.
Look, if you've been following Discover Ministries, you know exactly that this is what we've been waiting for. Everybody else, those, and I'm not saying people who don't follow us, anybody who's not following the Bible is in the dark. They're sleeping. If they're saved, they're the sleepy virgins. But if you've been following us, you know for sure. This is exactly what we are anticipating. So, the globalization, the change to digital currency, the desire to even go to negative interest rate, all of these things we've been talking about before. If you're not aware of these things, we can't even say very much on YouTube without getting censored. So please, before it's too late, come to DiscoverChurch.Online. Come. It's our 21st anniversary. We've been around for a while now, and we'd love to see you as a part of our family. Come and join us during this really prophetic, wonderful prophetic time. I'm looking forward to 2022. 22 is the number of end time, the number of the Jews. I think a lot's going to happen. So come and join forces with us, and we'll see you at DiscoverChurch.Online.